Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Mara Marchesi and I am your intuitive and creative coach. And this is the last episode of 2018. Can you believe it? We are at the end of the year. I just cannot believe it. It's been a long year. It's been crazy. It's been amazing. At least this is for me. Today I want to talk to you about this year, and I want to kind of help you to go through it and remember what has happened, what has meant for you, and how to kind of wrap it up and move forward for the new year and your new goals. I know that there are already a lot of people asking you and telling you how to set the new goals, new intentions, what to do. But I think that before we do that, it's super important that we kind of draw close to this year for the good and the bad. I don't know if your year has been a good or a bad year. I've heard both sides, and people saying, I cannot wait for this year to end. Others that say that it has been amazing. They cannot wait for the new year to start, to continue this amazingness. To me, it's been a bit of both. It started very, very slowly. The first 6 months have been challenging, slow, and sometimes frustrating on various different side of my life. And all of a sudden in summer, everything has exploded, and from there, it's been great. I think this is because normally I get very much energized by the sun, by summer. I'm a water sign. I was born in July, so to me that is a moment where I kind of reborn and start breathing and start being. And while winter for me is always very like I want to stay inside, and I just plan and do little bits that will explode over the year. However, your year has been, I think there's always something good happening, even if this has been your worst year. So I just want to walk you through a little bit how to draw a conclusion on this year and see what has been and how you can move forward. So one thing, so if you are that kind of people that like to set goals at the beginning of the year, and they're also very good at keeping written goals, checking them out through the year, and having them somewhere where you can actually check them, and you keep track and you put your notes. Well done to you. I do a lot of those things, but I'm not so good at that. I just have a lot of things in my mind, my vision board. It's where I keep my track. Yeah, if you are this kind of people, I'm sure you already know where you're at, and I'm sure that you already know if you have reached your goals, if you still have bits to do to reach your goal, or if maybe some of the goals could not be pursued, and you would know what to do. One thing that I would like to ask you to do is to think about how you wanted to feel at the end of this year. I don't know if this is something that you put on your goal setting at the beginning of the year, but if you haven't, I really encourage you to do it for the new year, because I know we all forget about how we want to feel, but I do feel this is the most important thing, because achieving something, of course, will give us adrenaline and happiness, but then we are very quick in going to the next thing that we want to do, and this kind of goes unnoticed, forgotten. But I think that we need to stay in the feeling and remind ourselves we have reached a goal. Our feeling was XYZ, and maybe possibly writing it down together with the tick that you reached that goal. Just because you're gonna need this feeling, especially when in the new year you will feel stuck about something. I always encourage my clients to remember the feelings, and I think I've done a video, one of my previous videos, I've asked you to remember how you felt when you reach the goal and when you manage to do something. I do think feelings are super important, even for people that work a lot with their brain. Try to find out which feeling you were thinking of at the beginning of the year, and if this matches the way you feel today, this matches the way you've been feeling all through the year when you reached your goals. And if you want to share with me on the box below, please do so. I'd love to hear from you. If you are that kind of people instead that have goals in mind, have goals written somewhere, but you really don't know because you've lost the paper, or you just, didn't really pay much attention on tracking down your goals, you kind of remember what it was, that's okay. It doesn't matter. We all have things in mind, and I'm pretty sure you will remember the big ones. Maybe you won't remember the small ones, but that's fine. What I would suggest you do is working backward. So from now, if you go backward, what is it that has happened to you this year? What have you managed to achieve? What kind of feelings have been good for you? What kind of feelings have been bad for you? What has happened? What has come up? Have you had to, did you have to stop and work on something else that wasn't in your plans? Try to really focus on what has happened for you this year, and just, if you can, if you have some time, just write it down. Like, it doesn't have to be super detailed, but I don't know, managed to buy my new car, felt this way. It's something that will help you through whenever you set new goals, because you know how you feel, because you know how long it has taken for you. If you have had some struggles, some obstacles, you've managed to overcome them, and that's really powerful whenever will happen something and you need a little bit of support. And sometimes it's not easy to find it somewhere else, like maybe you don't have friends around, you don't have family around, but just reminding yourself of this, it's really important. Another thing that I think is important, and for you that are not that kind of people that like to track down the goals, is to write down how you feel at the moment, and keep this for the new year, because you're gonna have to use this whenever you set your new intentions and goals. And I'm personally not gonna do it right now tomorrow. I'm just gonna take a couple of weeks, because I'm still working on my 2018 goals. I know I'm gonna bring them over to the new year, but yeah, staying in your feeling is super important. Right, so one other thing that I wanted to talk to you about today is the focus that you have when you set goals and you reach goals, or you don't reach goals. So when you get to the end of the year, pretty much everyone looks back and start thinking, oh my god, have I done this? Have I reached this? And I know there are a lot of people out there that if they don't manage to reach their goals, they start to get frustrated, they start to get stressed out, they want to reach it very quickly, they want to try to get it done before the new year, or they get into the new year thinking that I have failed in some kind of way. If you are that kind of people, please stop, breathe, take a deep breath. It's okay. You were a person at the beginning of the year, which you're not anymore right now, because the year has passed, things have happened to you. So I really would encourage you to put your focus on the outcome of every single goal, especially the ones that you have not managed to reach. You've set up a goal at the beginning of the year, and you've managed to accomplish your goal for the 60-70%, that you still have that 40-30% that needs to be worked on in order to reach it. That's okay. That is a good amount. I mean, like, you're not zero, you're not one, you're not 2% done, you're 70% done. So that means that for whatever reason, you haven't managed to accomplish this goal, but you have just a tiny bit to do to reach it. So don't worry about not having managed to reach the goal. That is not what you need to focus on, because this is only gonna get you frustrated. Focus on the 30% missing that you need to still work on, because this is important, especially as I said earlier. On the 1st of January 2018, you were one person with certain feelings, certain situations, and you have gone to the new year thinking about what you wanted to do, what you wanted to accomplish, what you wanted to become. Now we are on the 30th of December 2018, a year has passed. You're not the same person. You're a different person because this year has changed you, has made you feel better. So focus on this, because reaching goals, working for your goals, is not much about the actual action that you take, but it's what happens to you in the process. In the process of working on your goals, whatever they are, you change, you shift, you learn something new, you become something else, you improve yourself. This is what matters, this is what is important, and this is what I want you to focus on today. When you think back to the year just gone, don't worry about not reaching that goal or forgetting about one of them. It's okay. I mean, we have so much to do in our lives that sometimes, we focus on something and then things change, something happens to us, we put something aside, work on something else. That is life. So don't get stressed out at what you haven't done and what you haven't managed to fully accomplish. Just focus on what you've managed to do. This year has been powerful for this reason. Every year is powerful for this reason. Bad or good, whatever that happens to you, they change you in some way. So focus on this and think about the person that you have become. And was it what you wanted to become? Or is it close to what you want to become? Is it a surprise? A good surprise? A bad surprise? Think about that and close your ear in a positive and grateful way, because every year has something to teach us. Everything that happens to us has something to teach us. And when we work on ourselves so much because we want to reach our goals, we become something. And this is powerful, because this is how we get on to the new year and the new year and the next year and the next year. So take this as your guidance for the new year, and really look back to this 2018, and whatever is good and bad has happened to you, you have become the person that you are today. So with this in mind, take the good feelings, the good situation, the learnings, and bring it to the new year. And if something has happened to you that has made you realize that you don't want something anymore, some feelings you don't want to feel some feelings, you don't want to be surrounded by certain people, you don't want to be involved in certain situation, that is absolutely fine, as long as you are aware of those. And that's fine. Just keep them here and don't bring them over to the new year. And I'm gonna tell you what to do. I have been doing this for years, and not because I'm a coach. It's in my nature. I get to the end of the year, December, and I look back at what my life is and has been. And I used to do that a lot before, a bit less detailed. Now, I set goals, I check on them, I know pretty much where I am, and I try to work on what's missing and all that. But I didn't always do that. But one thing that I used to do was to get to December, towards especially the last week of December, and think back on what I've done, where I've been, the people that I've met, and the feelings that I had, the situation I got involved in, and if I wanted that situation to happen again or not. So for this reason, I want to suggest you a couple of things to do to let this year go and start off in the best way. Sorry, in the best way for the new year. Okay, I have two things. One is to be grateful for this year, whatever has happened to you. You, as I said, you have become someone else. So think back and be grateful. Be grateful for the people you have met, the travels you've done, the goals you have accomplished, the things that you have managed to let go of. Be grateful because this is the best way to let this year go and release what you don't need anymore. So in my case, I am one of the things that I'm most grateful of is the people I'm surrounded by, some of my really good friends, but mainly also the people that I met when I went to Jack Canfield's BTS in summer, because they are still in my life and we are doing amazing things together, and it's just so great to have the support of like-minded people. I'm grateful for you guys because you have supported and followed me so much, and thank you so much. I really appreciate all your comments whenever you send it to me privately. It's always a big surprise, and I'm happy and grateful for the way I'm feeling now that, you know, my first video was like, oh my god, do I really need to do this? Really, to me, 2 hours to do the same thing over again. And now I'm like, yeah, it's fine. I'm telling everyone, oh, guys, you need to do this. So this is what happens. The more you work on yourself, the more things change, and some things become very easy. Some others, you get set up for something bigger. So be grateful for the good and the bad. It doesn't matter. You might have lost some people, some situation, had to change certain things, even if that wasn't the plan. You might have felt frustrated. Everything that happens to us has a teaching within. So take that and use it for yourself and for your next steps. And then I want to suggest you a little ritual that you can do between today and tomorrow to let go of what doesn't serve you anymore and what you don't want to bring over to the new year. So it's very simple. Just take a piece of paper and write down everything that you don't want in your life anymore, and that can be from physical people like your ex-boyfriend or that situation, being involved in I don't know, arguments with your family or with your friends or at work, your boss, your the way you felt when that situation happened, some things in the house, some places. It can be physical things, it can be emotional things, it can be spiritual things. You only you know what it is that you don't want to have in your life in the new year. So write everything down, and between today and tomorrow, before midnight, because it has to stay in 2018, just read that out loud and say something along the lines of I release all of those things that don't serve me anymore, and I don't want to, that don't serve me anymore. Let's be positive. And then you burn the piece of paper. Just do it outside, just to make sure nothing happens. Be very careful. But it's just a gesture, just, you know, it's the energy that you put into this piece of paper and burning it that will release what you don't need anymore. So I hope you managed to find your way to be grateful for this year, and I hope that everything has been great for you as it's been great for me. I have a lot of things happening in the new year, but I'll talk to you about it next week. And I hope you have an amazing New Year's Eve. Have fun, enjoy, or stay home alone if that's what your body's asking you to do. Whatever you do, I just hope you do what feels right for you. Don't do what doesn't feel right, what people are telling you to do. Just do what you feel it's right for you and stay with the people that make you happy. Don't force yourself to stay with people that don't make you happy. Thank you again so much for watching, for all your support, and Happy New Year, or better, I should say in Italian, buon anno. Ciao.